and welcome to Railroad Explained. This is where I talk about trains, their history, mechanics, and more. Today we'll be talking about a unique and somewhat unknown locomotive, the Boston and Albany 466T tank engines and its predecessors. Please keep in mind, I cannot find much information on this locomotive, nor could I find basically any footage of it. I'll be putting up pictures of the locomotive, but if there's any filler, I apologize, but I could just not find anything on this locomotive. And due to the lack of information, please take everything with a grain of salt. I have no idea how accurate this information is. I tried looking up various sources, and nothing is actually even much exists about this locomotive. But anyways, let's get started. In 1906, the B&A received an order of 266T locomotives from the American Locomotive Company, designated the L1A and the L1B. I'll be referring to these as 26s throughout the video, just because I don't want to have to say 266T or L1 blah 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 every single time. They'll be just calling 26s. These were not small tank engines, but rather full-size steamers with a modified frame and tender. The rear truck supported the tender, which carried both the water and the coal. There was no saddle tank on the locomotive. The tank engines had 20 by 24 inch cylinders, 63 inch drivers, and operated off 185 pounds of boiler pressure. In 1928, the 26 was sent to Lima Locomotive Works for a rebuild. After the rebuild, they came back and they now had 23 by 24 inch cylinders with 200 pounds of boiler pressure. They weighed 172,700 pounds and developed 26,800 pounds of tractive effort. The rebuilt locomotives were designated the L3 and the L3A. In 1940, after the delivery of the 42 Mountains, they were again redesignated, this time as D2A and D2B. They were mostly used for shunting around the yard and things like that. They were designed for high acceleration, low speed, so they were obviously a little bit more designed for what a tank engine normally does. However, they were still, quite frankly, bigger and more powerful than most. So most of them were used in the bigger passenger stations where they could shunt fairly large trains in and out sidings. The successor to the 26s were the B&A D1A 466T tank engines from Alco. I will be referring to these as 46s. These were significantly larger than 26s. They had 23.5 by 25 inch cylinders and a boiler pressure of 215 psi. They weighed 352,000 pounds and produced a tractive effort of 41,651 pounds. They came with 63 inch drivers, however, they later got 64 inch drivers. And like I said, they were massive tank engines. They were used again like the 26s, shunting around the yard for the most part. However, they surprisingly were also used for revenue service. Only 5 of these were built, number 400 and up to 404, but they were more powerful than the railroad specifics at the time. So they were frequently seen running around a revenue train on top of just shunting around the yard. Number 402 was sent off to New York Central in 1951 and renumbered 1297, where it served there until its end. Unfortunately, all of these unique locomotives were scrapped. Not a single one survives. I personally really wish these locomotives were preserved, since even then, considering there are only 5 of the D1s built, and who knows how many of the 26s, they were a rare sight, and even in the height of steam. Now, thankfully, companies like Lionel still make models of it, and they got it quite down, actually. It's quite accurate. But unfortunately, that's the closest thing we're going to see to one of these. But yeah, like I said, this was a short video. There really wasn't a whole lot of information on these locomotives. I will be going over in the next video the UP9000 series and the history up to it. If you guys don't know, that's the massive 412-2 engines that Union Pacific used. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a short one, but I found this topic and I really thought it should be a video. So, really hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching and hope you have a great day.